Yeah, he was bad. It got to the point where, like, beginning of the year, we're like, sneaky Cy Young contender. And now we're just like, he could be a sneaky number 4.
5, exactly. Like,
yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 450 Dead Center Baseball channel. We're back. School is done for Daniel, and we're back with pumping out content.
Thank goodness I am done school, because stupid 8:30 exams on a Sunday are the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
Oh, yeah. So, I've never had one of those, but I can tell you it probably sucks. I've had an 8:30 class on a Saturday. That counts, but not an exam.
You know what doesn't suck, though?
Who?
Rios and Manoah's latest appearances so far. They've looked really, really good in their last two. The ones before that, kind of rough, but the last two have been really, really good.
They have been. Well, yeah, Manoah's it's been one start for Manoah, but Berrios, on the other hand, he's looking
sorry,
fantastic.
I meant like the last two starts for both. Like,
yeah,
one start each. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, you know, I see what you mean here. I mean, we could even throw Kikuchi in the mix as well, because he's been looking like Cy Young over here. Shout out Gate 14 podcast. Credit to them. Love Gate 14 podcast. If you guys aren't checking them out, go check them out. They're funny. But I just want to point out, in the beginning of this season, we were like, oh yeah, Manoah easy, like number 1 or number 2. Gosman, you know, going to be solid. We're like, yeah, Bass, it's probably going to be a solid 3. He's looking amazing so far this year. And then Brios and Kikuchi were wild cards. But the last couple starts for Berrios, the last 2 at least, one against Houston, right? When it was one against Houston. No, yeah, even the last start, just against Houston, was phenomenal. And Houston is no slouch of a team. So we'll talk about Berrios first. Is he back?
I hope so. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
He looks so much better than he does last year. Like last year he was bad. And
it's terrible.
Bad as I mean, like, he almost should have been in AAA. Like, that's how bad he was.
Yeah, he was bad. It got to the point where, like, beginning of the year, we're like, sneaky Cy Young contender. And now we're just like, he could be a sneaky number 4 pitcher.
5, exactly. Like,
yeah,
like he was bad. Now, this year, it still hasn't been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He did have some rough patches. However, the one thing I've noticed is it looks like his control is a lot better.
Yeah, and that was
that's what I was
last year.
I was gonna say that was his big problem last year, was walking guys, and the next thing you know, base knock and score 3 runs off it.
Yeah, and that's obviously still could be an issue. You know, there's always going to be like a bloop, maybe 2 bloops and a blast. Like, that happens. Like, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. But yeah, to start against Houston, he was on point accuracy, didn't get that many Ks, but I'm okay with that if this guy's throwing like 70 pitches through 7 innings. Like, that is just pure efficiency, and he probably could have gone out for the 8th or 9th or however long he went. I think he could have got another extra inning. But, like, he was amazing, and if he could pitch like just even half of that for the rest of the season, I'd take it.
I think anyone would, especially now that Jays are really asking him to be a 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the thing. Last year, I feel like they were asking him to be like the 1, the 2, you know, because I don't think anyone really thought Manoah was going to take the step that he did last year, which we'll get to Manoah in a second. But, yeah, and coming into this season, we were like, okay, you know, 4, 5, 3, somewhere around there. But he's looked really comfortable. The one thing I've liked about all his starts is that they've been in every single game that he's been in.
Right.
Even if it is down by like 4 runs, like, at least you still have a chance. Where compared to last year, he pitched like 2 innings and you're down by 7.
Yeah, and don't even forget, he started the first game against the Rays, was it, right? And he dealed against the Rays as well. Like, it's actually been 2 starts for Brios. He's been fantastic the last 2. Like, yeah, 1 start, you're like, okay, that's fine. But, like, if you could do that for, like, 2 straight outings against 2 very good offenses, especially with the Rays going 13-0 to start the year, like, that's really good. Like, Brios went 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 Ks, 0 walks against the Rays in his start. And then, where's his other start here? I think it was this one. Was it the one we lost 8-1? I think it might have been that one.
I don't even remember.
It was. And the other one where we lost 8-1 to Houston, but it was really like a 3-2 loss or 2-1 loss.
Yeah, it was 3-2 and then till the final, and until like the 8th inning, and then Zach Pop kind of...
Yeah, Pop and Simber blew it. But he pitched 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 Ks, but only 1 walk. So he like last year, his walks per 9 was really high, right? This year, his walks per 9 in the last 2 good outings he's had have been low, and I think he's found something, and I'm really excited about it.
I mean, that's like I said, I'm excited about it too. But the one thing that really stuck out to me was what you were saying with those numbers is the innings pitched. We're up in the 5, 6, 7 innings pitched by Berrios. Like that wasn't what he was last year. We were lucky to get 4. You know what I mean? Now we're getting 5, 6. I think his lowest this year has been 5, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah, I
even then,
think so.
that one helps the Jays bullpen tremendously. Even then, we know like if the Jays don't have the best bullpen in baseball, let's be real.
No, we don't.
So we don't. It's obvious. And the more we can get our starters to pitch, the less we're going to use the bullpen, which means the less taxing it is on the bullpen, right?
Yeah.
And the other good thing is the more innings pitched Brios, the more innings Brios pitches. I don't know why I worded it like that. I feel like it's just more confidence for him. You know, if he can get back into the 6, 7 inning kind of thing consistently, that's just a huge confidence boost. And then we've seen what confidence boost can do for players, right? They can take it to a whole nother level. Like, look at Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman's swinging the bat like crazy right now, all because he's like
really good.
Literally one of the most confident players. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to go back. Like, we'll still stick with Brios here, but if you take a look at his pitches, the most used pitch this year has been his slurve. That's been thrown, 38.2% of the time. So basically 40% of the time. And it has a batting average of 167. And that's been his bread and butter this year. And no, it has been. But then you go to his four-seam fastball, which he also throws. He throws pretty high up there. He throws 24% of the time. So he throws his slurve 38% of the time, the four-seam 24% of the time, the sinker 24%, and the changeup 12% of the time. The four-seam fastball is being hit at a 381 batting average. That's what's killing him.
Wow.
That's what's killing him. And his last couple starts, I believe he's dropped the fastball percentage and increased that slurve percentage. And I think that's what's really helping him right now.
That's great. And you know what? If it's working for him, like great. However, and this is where I'm going to tie into Manoah here, Chris. We'll transition to Manoah here in a second.
Right. I'll go to his stats.
If your breaking ball, your slurve, slider, curveball, whatever it is, if it's not on and your fastball is getting hit like crazy, then we have a problem. So as long as Brios' slurve is on, he's going to be electric. Like you said, he's got like a 190 average with it. Unlike, I'll transition to Manoah here. Manoah's struggling with his slider, and that's just making them sit on the fastball. We see with Manoah, everything's missing out towards the left-hand batter's box. He's falling off the mound, right? And now that he can't locate the slider, most of them are just sitting fastball. And then, and at this age, if you sit on a fastball, you should be able to hit it.
Yeah, and going to Manoah's slider, it has a batting average of 368 this year.
Yeah, like it's just not good. Manoah he's too talented not to figure it out. Like, let's be real.
He really figured it out yesterday against the Yankees, though. He was putting guys away. He only had like 3 strikeouts or 5. I think he had 5 strikeouts or 3. So he was great at just pitching like to contact, and it's just what you like to see.
I heard that I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was Ben Verlander. I don't know if it was Blair and Barker. I don't know if it was Shai Davidi. Someone said it. I remember hearing it. One of the things that they think the problem is with Manoah is the pitch clock. And in terms of the pitch clock we all know Manoah's a big guy, right? He's almost like 6'5", 6'6". He's huge. He's 250 plus pounds. He's a massive mammoth right on the mound. And you know, basic science, right? The bigger you are, the more oxygen you're going to use. So they were saying that with this pitch clock, it's forcing him to speed up his pitches, which means he's going to not take as many deep breaths or something. They were saying basically they just think he's becoming fatigued really easy. And if you look at it, like his first inning or first couple pitches, he's really, really good. And then once the pitch clock kind of starts creeping up, then you can kind of see the real deteriorating in him.
Right. And I don't think it's because he's out of shape or anything like that. I think it's just going to be a small adjustment period. And we saw that with Chris Bassett. Basically in the first game, he sucked. But then once he got on top of the pitch clock and was able to call his own pitches, he's been lights out. And I think Manoah took that step going into the Yankees game yesterday, where he was able to basically go to the end of the pitch clock, but not feel like he's rushed into throwing a pitch basically right every single time. So
I want to clear up. I wasn't calling Manoah overweight or anything or out of shape.
No,
I was just trying to say
we're not Yankee fans, Daniel.
Oh no, we're not Yankee fans. I'm not trying to say that or stupid reporter that said it. I was just saying that it's messing with his mojo on the mound. Let's say.
Yeah, and like we said, I think it's just going to be adjustment period for I have full confidence that Manoah will bounce back from this. And he did yesterday. And I think the rest of his starts are going to be like yesterday's start. So I think Manoah is back.
I like you said, and I said he's too talented not to figure it out. And we'll just touch on the rest of the starters here, Chris. I mean, Kevin Gosman's holding it down. Yeah, he had one bad start really against Houston, but I mean, Gosman's been lights out for the rest of the year. Same with Bassett. Bassett's been really, really good.
Bassett's been fantastic.
Since that like one this happened in St. Louis, right? He's been looked really, really good. And like we looked at it, Kukuchki's Cy Young Kukuchki this year. Like
yeah, honestly.
What did you say before? You
Cy Young. That's what Gate 14 calls him, and I love Gate 14.
You Cy Young over there. He's dealing. And I mean, if those three can keep what they're doing and let these other two guys figure it out, and then by let's say September, August, everyone's like we expect them to be. This Jays team's going to be scary with this rotation, Chris.
No, it'll be really scary. And Bassett's looking really good. His sinker percentage is like way up this year. Sure, and batters are only hitting 209 off of it. So if that's his most used pitch, it's got a 20% put away like number or stat. Like it's looking good, man. It's looking good. And speaking of Gosman, like he got lit up in the first inning of last game, but he still gave you like 5-6 innings after that, and he was lights out after those like 7 runs. So I think it was more of Houston saw something to begin the game. They had a great approach. If they saw something high, they swang. If they saw anything low, they just laid off because it's obviously going to be the splitter. So Gosman did adjust throughout the game, and he'll be all right.
I think also he was just due to have a bad game. Like, let's be real. All the great pitchers have a bad game. And Gosman was at his historic pitching rate like to start the year. So it was bound to happen. I'm not looking too much into it. He'll bounce back, like we said.
He's pitching like right now as we speak, so we'll see how it goes.
Fingers crossed. But with that being said, guys, hope you guys liked the video. Get ready for a lot more content. Like I said, or like Chris said, I'm done school now. Chris is not done school, but he's done working. So
I'm done. Hey, I'm done night school. It's not like I'm.
You're done night school. So lots of Jays content and MLB content coming out for you guys soon. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down below, and also be on the look for the channel. Something special is coming Wednesday in May. Look forward to it, guys. We'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.